WCBI News at 10 starts now.
We begin tonight at 10 with breaking news in 2 counties as a stabbing in Monroe County creates a ruckus near Caledonia. Our Quentin Smith is standing by live on Calcalola Road with the very latest.
That's right, Scott. I'm here outside of the Calcola Chevron here in Caledonia. And it was at this gas station where an ambulance met the victim who was stabbed tonight and transported him to the hospital in Columbus. Now, according to Monroe County Sheriff Cecil Cantrell, Justin Chance was stabbed in the neck by Dusty Fretwell. That stabbing happened earlier tonight on Wolf Road in Monroe County. Cantrell says as Chance was being transported to the hospital in Columbus, the person driving him pulled over and stopped at this gas station, and it was here where the ambulance picked up Chance and took him to the hospital where he's currently being treated for non-life-threatening injuries. Now, as of now, investigators are still looking for Dusty Fretwell. If you know where he is at tonight, you're asked to contact the Monroe County Sheriff's Department. We're going to continue to follow this developing story, and we'll bring you the latest details on this incident as it becomes available. But for now, reporting live in Lowndes County, Quentin Smith, WCBI News.
All right, thank you very much, Quentin. And Aberdeen police are on the hunt tonight for 2 robbery suspects. Around 7 o'clock this evening, 2 people walked into a barbershop on Hardy Street in the city demanding money, according to police. Aberdeen Acting Police Chief Quinnell Shumper says that one of them struck the victim, and the suspects got away with an undisclosed amount of money. Police say that the victim was taken to the hospital. Aberdeen police have not released a description yet of those suspects. A 4-vehicle accident kept first responders busy in Columbus earlier this evening. The crash happened around 5 o'clock at the intersection of Alabama and Browder Streets in East Columbus. Multiple injuries were reported, with an unknown number of victims being taken to the hospital. Columbus police are still investigating that crash. Time now to toss things over to Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson with a first look at our, yet again, rainy forecast. Hey, Keith.
I tell you what, we have more rain out there. Live look in downtown Columbus shows the rain still falling out there. Overcast conditions. We've got temperatures in the 40s and low 50s out there. Rain continues to pivot from the southwest to the northeast. We still have some moderate showers at times here, but this rain is going to wind down overall as we go throughout the overnight hours. The heaviest rain just to our southeast, but you can see the drier air back to the west that will work its way in later tonight and tomorrow. Temperatures may actually rise as we go throughout the course of the night, 50s, and then we'll cool back down through the 40s tomorrow. Not an all-day rain, but showers still possible. Your weekend forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks very much, Keith. Well, the speculation is over. Tate Reeves is officially entering the race for governor. Courtney Ann Jackson has the latest from today's announcement and who else may be on the ballot.
I am officially qualifying to become a candidate for governor of the great state of Mississippi in 2019.
Tate Reeves signed his qualifying papers at Republican Party headquarters Thursday afternoon. He says he'll run an optimistic campaign that protects taxpayers and Mississippi values. His focus, job creation and education.
Number one, we've got to have a fiscally responsible government if we're going to see long-term job creation efforts work in Mississippi. Number two, we got to have a tax code that is fair, one that is flat, one that encourages economic development, not one that discourages it. And thirdly, we've got to have a extreme focus on educational outcomes.
But Reeves will have at least one other Republican on the August primary ballot with him, State Representative Robert Foster.
I'm Robert Foster, and I've been a Mississippian all of my life. I'm a public school graduate, I'm a farmer, and I'm running for governor.
Foster says some told him to wait his turn in line and run later, but he says he thinks the state needs fresh leadership. On the Democratic side, Attorney General Jim Hood announced his plans this fall, and Reeves is already trying to draw a connection between Hood and D.C. Democrats.
The fact of the matter is, the political fight that we have before us in 2019 is with the liberal policies and the liberal ideas of the party of Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, and Jim Hood.
Retired Jackson State employee Valecia P. Williams is also running for the seat. Reeves will likely start the race with more money than any other gubernatorial candidate. Last year's campaign finance report showed he had nearly $5.4 million, while Hood had more than $656,000.
The Bartlow Drummers entertained a crowd at the Tupelo Automobile Museum as Toyota Motor Manufacturing Mississippi announced a special partnership. The automaker has made a $50,000 donation to Special Olympics Mississippi, making them the statewide torchbearer. That donation will allow more athletes to take part in competitions around the state.
It'll go towards equipment. If we need some more equipment, it'll go towards increasing the number of medical screenings we have around the state, which right now we do it at all of our statewide events, but we'd love to be able to do that at more events.
It's a humbling experience and an honor for us all to be here tonight. And it's just another small token of our appreciation of giving back to the community, but also we really believe in the Special Olympics and what they bring to the table and empowering people to do more. And that's the Toyota way. We're always looking for a better way to do things. So why not help? We thought this was a really good opportunity.
Toyota also recognized 35 nonprofits that received donations from the automaker in 2018.
Currently in Tupelo, we have a temperature of 49 degrees. Temperatures could actually climb a few more degrees during the night into the 50s, probably the warmest part of the day. On Friday will be during the morning hours, 40s in the afternoon. We'll get rid of all the clouds, all of the rain for the weekend. Details on that are next.
Your WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Warmer and brighter days are coming. I repeat, warmer and brighter days are coming. We need some brighter days around here. Now, tomorrow afternoon, I think we're going to be in the 40s. Again, 50s tonight, but 40s during the afternoon. These are forecast afternoon highs. 59 Saturday, 64 Sunday, mid-60s Monday, 60s again on Tuesday. And really, 5 out of the next 7 days will be on the drier side, but we're squeezing out a little bit of extra rain tonight. Lots of cloud cover on Friday. The breezy winds will develop tomorrow too. So something to be aware of as we close out the work week. Right now, Starkville, Columbus, West Point, the Golden Triangle area, we do have some moderate to steady rainfall that goes back down to Ackerman and Louisville, Kosciuszko, and up to the north we go, Tupelo and Pontotoc, Okolona, even up towards Ripley and back out to the west towards Water Valley, some heavier rain. These are the storm total radar estimates so far the last 2 days. Some locations here, Louisville to Winona, 2 to 3 inches of rain. In around Columbus and Starkville, 1 to 2 inches of rain. Back to the north we go. Again, about an inch to inch and a half or 2 inches. That also includes parts of West Alabama too. So most spots have had a decent amount of moisture here. The good news is the flash flood watch has been canceled, so we don't really anticipate any additional problems from what we already have. Some rivers and streams running high in minor flood stage right now. That was our Alpha Insurance camera network. Our time lapse is showing the clouds of the rain today. Notice this dry slot right there. That is coming our way for tomorrow. So our rain chance is lower. And also notice this big snow event happening out there in Oklahoma tonight. We will not see any wintry weather with this system. So if you're looking for snow, not around here anytime soon, but we have snow well off to the west, even snow all the way down into southern Arizona over the last 24 hours with that potent storm system that is currently in Oklahoma. Now the winds, not too bad right now from the east and southeast, but let me advance the forecast model here, and you can see the winds start to pick up from the southwest tomorrow, about 10 to 20, so it's going to be breezy. And an unusual note, with a southwest wind, we usually warm, but tomorrow with a southwest wind, we'll actually cool down. Currently in the upper 40s to low 50s, temperatures are rising a little bit as expected here. We talked about that earlier, but notice how as we put Futurecast into motion, the showers wind down tonight. Temperatures will cool down into the 40s during the afternoon tomorrow night into the 30s. We may see a little bit of fog as we start our Saturday. Here's your AccuWeather 7-day, but back into the upper 50s, plenty of sun on Saturday, 64 on Sunday. A chance for some showers on Monday, but after that, still pretty nice. Scott?
When we come back, we look at a few simple things you can do to make your next road trip a safe one. Welcome back. When you get behind the wheel, it's always a good idea to make sure you're buckled up. We look at some important safety features in tonight's Health Talk with Baptist.
Hi, I'm Lee Richardson, a physician in the emergency room at Baptist Memorial Hospital, Golden Triangle. Tonight we will discuss the importance of using restraints in a motorized vehicle. By wearing seat belts and properly buckling children into age and size appropriate car seats and booster seats, people can reduce the risk of serious injury and even death in a crash by 1/2. Drivers and adult front seat passengers must wear seat belts in the District of Columbia and all states except New Hampshire. In Mississippi, seat belt laws are primary. They cover front seat passengers age 7 and older and mean a police officer can stop and ticket someone solely for not buckling themselves or their child up. In Mississippi, children 3 years and younger must be in the appropriate car seat for their age and size. For children aged 4 to 6, a booster seat is required unless the child meets the height and weight qualifications when he or she can safely be buckled into an adult seat belt. Child restraint laws vary by state. For up-to-date information on laws in your state, check with the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety at www.iihs.org. It is also crucial that you use the proper restraints and safety equipment when using other motorized vehicles such as dune buggies and all-terrain vehicles to avoid serious head, neck, and spinal cord injuries or even death. Join us next time for Health Talk with Baptist.
Mail your topic suggestions to healthtalk@wcbi.com. Health Talk has been brought to you by Baptist Memorial Hospital Golden Triangle.
An Ole Miss grad from Virginia who moved to Thailand to teach faces a shocking illness. An unexpected medical issue leaves her paralyzed. The only way to get her back home is expensive. Shelby Brown sits down with the family to talk about the challenges ahead.
She has that tenacious spirit that she wants to go out and try something new.
That tenacious spirit is what prompted Jim Bradner's daughter, Caroline, to hop on a plane and follow her dreams nearly 9,000 miles away in Thailand, taking part in a program, Explore Asia, to teach English to young children.
It was very inspiring to me that she wanted to do this, but it was also very scary because she's almost exactly on the other side of the globe.
Caroline, a Freeman High and Ole Miss graduate, fell in love with the children. Days before Christmas, Caroline woke up unable to move. Thankfully, a friend of the program, who also happens to be from the Richmond area, was there to get her to a hospital. Caroline was ultimately diagnosed with an autoimmune disease, Guillain-Barré syndrome. Her mom, Lou, flew out right away, leaving Dad and sister Pierce behind.
She's scared because she can't move, but she's really strong and she's brave. She's a great person and just the best sister.
The key to healing has a psychological component that you can't replace by being so far away. It's very stressful for both Lou, the mom, and Caroline to be so far away.
To complicate matters, Dad says the insurance denied a request to transport Caroline back to the U.S. Now family, friends, and strangers have contributed to this GoFundMe to raise tens of thousands needed for the return trip home and the long road to recovery.
The hospital has put out bids to get us those exact costs. So we should know something in the next 2 to 3 days. She has a lot of friends and family in her corner. They're all pulling for her, and they want her home, and they want to get her home as soon as possible so she can get the care that she needs.
A doctor now must give her clearance to make the 26-hour plane ride home. They also have to raise several $1,000s for her mom, and a nurse to accompany them on the flight. In one day, more than $45,000 was raised on that GoFundMe page. Well, the Bulldogs get SEC play going with a road match. See the highlights from the win coming up next in sports.
Your WCBI Sports with Courtney Robb.
SEC play began earlier tonight for the Ole Miss women, but the Ole Miss men have a few more days of preparation. The Rebels start conference play against Vanderbilt, a team already plagued by the injury bug with its starting guard. But Ole Miss head coach Kermit Davis says the rest of the guards have been equally impressive.
I mean, they're getting great point guard play again. Saban Lee is playing about as good as anybody right now. Very explosive, makes some unbelievable athletic plays at the rim. And it did, they lost a game that he got hurt against Kent State. And you can imagine it's a whole building. And so, but after that, they've regrouped, and their two losses against two really good teams. K-State in Kansas City, and then NC State, who's a top 15, 20 team. They got 9 guys that all play about starter minutes. They had real good balance. But I would say probably their biggest key is that the guy who replaced Darius Garland is playing at a real high level.
Your work is never over, so we're going to keep grinding, keep attacking every practice like we have been doing. And, not just get overexcited because it's an SEC league game play. So we're just going to, take what Coach gives us in the scouting report and attack it this week and play as hard as we can come Saturday night.
Speaking of SEC play, number 7 Mississippi State opening SEC play at Arkansas. MSU down by 1. Jasmine Holmes quick to change that. Knocks down 2 to take back the lead 4-2-3. The Razorbacks lose the ball here, and the Bulldogs off the fast break. Jordan Danbury with the lay-in for 2. Danbury shooting 52% from the field today in her return to Arkansas. Tiara McCowan with no regard for human life. A nice block from her. And then Danbury at it again, gets inside for 2 more, makes it 28-14 in the first. Danbury had 14 points in the first. Second quarter, Chloe Bibby doing what she does best, knocks down a 3. The Bulldogs up 38-22. And the Razorbacks back on offense. But another huge block from McCowan. It'd be her second of the night. McCowan with 3 blocks in tonight's game. The Bulldogs leading 40-22. Holmes with a nice steal, pushing down court. Can't get the shot up, but McCowan's going to be there with the rebound and the score for 2 more. McCowan, one of the best Bulldog rebounders, does it again. Onreal Howard now feeds the ball inside to McCowan. She gets in the post for 2 more. It'd be 50-30 going into half. The Bulldogs wind up with its first conference win, a final of 93-69. Danbury leading the way with a career high of 26 points in tonight's win against her former teammates nonetheless. And Tiara McCowan gets her 11th double-double of the season, her 50th career double-double overall. The Bulldog women, to recap, they got the win 93-69 over Arkansas to improve to 1-0 on SEC play, but the Ole Miss women unfortunately can't say the same. They fall to Missouri on the road with a final of 78-55. Some of the best recruits in the state being coached by the likes of Deion Sanders and Steve Mariucci this week. In the first quarter, Provine's DeMonte Russell couldn't make an all-star team in Mississippi, but here he is putting on the pressure, and the Mississippi State signee gets a pass breakup. Also in the first, Northwest Rankin's Jarian Jones, the only Mississippi on Team Ballaholics. The Mississippi State signee picks up 8 yards on this reception. And then some more. Actually, in the second, Ole Miss commit Jonathan Mingo makes the catch on 2nd and 6. Forward progress gives the Brandon High product a first down there. But the guy who stole the show, though, was Jackson Prep's Jarian Ely. Team flash down 14-6 in the second. Ely scores on 4th and goal from the 1. His team trailed by 1 at halftime. But check him out in the third quarter. On 1st and 10, Ely in the second level, and no one is going to catch him, gets the 38-yard touchdown. Ely set the game record for rushing yards in this one, finishing with 119. He also won team MVP honors. Well, just when you think maybe you're done with high school football, more comes your way. Some great football happening tonight, and also some great basketball. The men will get back to action, starting with the Ole Miss men come this weekend on Saturday when they head to Vanderbilt, and Mississippi State will get its start next week on Tuesday. That's it for sports. We'll have your last look at your forecast coming up next.
All right, let's go over to our Lynx 1 system if we could real quick. You can see the rain moving on through. Still some steady showers out there tomorrow. I mentioned earlier the warmest part of the day is likely going to be tonight, tomorrow morning. 40s develop as the day goes on, winds pick up, but the showers will be less than what we have out there right now. So another no-day washout, just a blustery, cool, damp day. Saturday, Sunday, 5 out of the next 7 looking great.
Just one more day of this mess.
One more day of trash, and
right.
we're good.
All right. Thanks, Keith. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.